Well, Randy, what play do you want to direct this year for our tour of Colorado High Schools?
Well, I was thinking, in the last couple of years, we've taken out classics like the Chekhov and the Moliere we did, and most recently musicals. Last year, Purlie. This year, I think it'd be fun to take out a contemporary comedy, probably a one-act comedy, a real 1980s comedy by a living playwright.
Who have you got in mind?
Well, I was thinking, I have the script for Robert Patrick's play, My Cup Runneth Over, which is the two roommates in New York.
You got anybody in mind to cast?
Well, I was going through the files, and I thought Jane Jones would be good casting for the kind of Cyndi Lauper-ish rock singer, the one who wants to be a rock singer. And Wendy Radford would be a good casting for the ambitious young writer, the roommate. They're roommates.
Yeah, I know Jane's work. I don't know Wendy.
Yeah, she trained at ACT in San Francisco.
As did Jane.
Yeah. And she was in several main stage shows in San Francisco.
At least they're going to work in the same style.
Yeah.
What are the possibilities of bringing Robert Patrick in from New York to work with the production?
I think that'd be a great idea. Yeah, Robert knows Jane's work and may even know Wendy. And I think Robert would be very, very helpful in rehearsal. And could help with the teacher focus group. He could meet the teachers, the Colorado teachers.
Well, he's very articulate and talking about his processes.
When they gave you the commission, did they just say, write a play for us?
No, just
you were open with
a two-character play. And I had just come back from England, where I'd had the first real success of my life. So I was very much still thinking about that and the reaction that my friends had had to my success.
If we start rehearsals in early January,
right,
say the 5th,
right,
and plan to rehearse for 2 weeks, 80 hours, ought to be plenty for a half-hour piece.
Right. 1 to 5, 7 to 11 slots every day. Right. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I don't take a lot of notes. I tend to get the play all up here, and then when I actually sit down at the typewriter, I just run it as if I were watching a movie and I write down what they say. These are rewrites we did yesterday.
Are you
sure?
Are you updating?
You keep trying to make it better.
Make it topical,
Updating some of the
fresh?
Pain, terror, loss, and agony are very funny. Immense feeling of authority because, you know, I write these little fantasies down on paper, and now it's been done like hundreds and hundreds of times around the world. It has been created as a real event.
Okay, so what did she say? Morning.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
Morning. Good, good. What happened to the snow?
I think I'm gonna
Just sit
on that side of it.
I thought it was supposed to snow today.
Oh, hi, Robert. No.
Denver's so
Hey,
big.
Clarence.
God, hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Ooh, orange.
Morning,
God.
morning. Did you tissue? Chris, did you bring
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Oh, look. Oh, is Rodney going to be here?
Yeah, he'll be here a little later.
God.
Of course.
Go through the set with us. I'd like to go over the performance schedule here.
Okay.
You each have a copy. basically, the first 3 weeks indicated on here will be out of town, the 20th through the 6th. But on the first week,
It's not every night.
it's not every night. We'll be out of town the first night, that Tuesday night. We'll be in a hotel. Then we'll come back on the 21st after the
Back to
performance.
Denver.
Right, after Fair Play.
Back to Denver.
Right.
Okay.
Then on the 22nd, we'll pull out again for Lions and Berkeley.
Spend the night out?
Spend the night out,
Thursday night out,
right,
and back to Denver on Friday.
correct. And back to
Alright.
dinner on Friday, and then we're
So
in
we're
town
here
for
the
that
whole
weekend.
weekend.
Right.
Do we never play
Right.
on Saturdays?
No, we don't.
Ooh, okay.
We don't. We have some evening performances.
Shopping, lots of shopping for you on
Skiing.
Saturday. Skiing.
There's some
Okay.
2-day performances, and I think we have
Two
one
performances a day, you
evening
mean?
performance.
Oh,
On the 29th.
And stop the reading and just talk for a little bit about your characters, where you came from, how you became roommates,
well,
everything that happens before the play, because that's so important when you rehearse, is to know your background.
well, I'm from Nebraska,
Right.
right? Because,
Because it says so.
yeah, right.
You meaning Yucca, not
Yucca.
Jane.
No, Yucca's
Paula,
from
so then
Nebraska.
is Paula then from Montana because she says something different when, or
Sure.
she just makes that up, or?
So then did we meet in
Yeah,
college?
where did you meet?
Well,
We must have met in college. Where do you
Naturally.
think we went to school? I
okay,
mean,
I've always thought Bard, which is a very intellectual upstate New York college that I visited once.
how big of a
And
student
Paula was a
body?
major,
Oh, Paula was a journalism major.
and
Yucca, music, I feel Yucca had a music scholarship.
That
Yeah.
I really
That
am a
Yucca's
very
probably
good
a
musician.
real
they
good
did not know
musician.
each other before college, and they met
No.
in the dorm?
Yeah, I've always felt that Paula and Yucca were not originally made roommates, but that both of them drove their first roommates crazy.
That's very good.
Paula with her strictness and Yucca with her sloppiness, and they both their roommates wanted to room together, and that's
So
how
we
these
ended up
girls got
together.
together.
So we wound up
Yeah.
getting together.
I like that.
Yeah, I picture two very tiny bedrooms,
Yeah.
you know, and a kitchen that has a bathtub in the middle of it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
No
a-
one lives in this living room, though. You know what I'm asking?
No,
That
nobody
is not-
sleeps in the
No,
Nobody
no.
sleeps in this
That's it.
living room.
Paula gets up early in the morning and goes in there and makes coffee and writes.
And usually I sleep until 1 or 2 because
Oh,
I'm.
sure.
So do you think it was across the street from where I was? There's down there by the bitter end. There's a little coffee shop.
Yeah.
Is that?
Do you think I'm a waitress in there for a part-time job or something, or
I think that's a great idea.
Certainly could be, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
There's this little
Was
coffee
that there
shop,
when,
and it's
when you
The
wrote
Acropolis,
this?
yeah.
yeah, the Acropolis, exactly. We walked out and
Little
we
Greek coffee shop.
yeah.
Of course, Yucca is talented.
Yeah.
She just hasn't had the break.
Right.
And the reason she doesn't think much of herself is that her standards are so high.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, she's the kind of person who she won't call herself good until she just gets perfect. But she
Right.
certainly knows she can entertain an audience. I mean, she's no
Right.
dummy.
Right.
Whereas Paula is probably also an extremely good writer. You know, the only thing wrong with her career is that Paula is writing what other people write.
Other
She's
people
just
want to see, or I think what other people
Right.
want to see.
Instead of what Yucca is doing is writing from her heart.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, since she's given him something different, eventually she gets her break. I mean, you must by no means think that Paula
Right.
is fooling herself
No,
to
no,
think
no,
she
no,
has
no.
a talent or career.
That first line of, they have to print it, they printed a dozen just like it. So in other words, she's taken articles that they've written and she's just tried to rewrite
Right.
them in
Right.
that style.
And she
in
thinks
that-
that's smart. Like, what's alike about these girls is that they both are hard, driving, career-minded people.
And perfectionist.
Yeah, that's what's alike about them. You know, well, what's different about them, of course, it's so obvious is Paula's precision, neatness, her intellectual qualities, her planning, all. And Yucca's like, Yucca might even wish she could do the expected thing, but gosh, she just can't.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. What keeps them together so long?
Okay, that they are alike. I mean, that essentially they're alike. You know, in their drive and I mean, people like that get thrown together. I bet neither of them has time for a lot of outside
We
friendships or
probably
anything.
don't see that much of each
Right.
other.
No,
I mean,
you
if I
don't
work
in
until
New
3
York.
in the morning.
Have you ever had influence on the direction and staging of a play, or are you always just brought in as an outside eye and just a presence?
Oh, no,
rehearsal
I've
period?
directed easily 99% of my own plays. You know, not from choice, I just couldn't find any good directors. But when I find a good one, I go with them.
Okay, what I want to do now is a straight read-through But let's stop whenever we have a problem or whenever we need to ask Robert a question or something.
Okay.
Feel free. This isn't a performance. Let's just take our time, have fun, and just listen to each other. And whenever you don't know something or want to change a line or anything, let's just stop and use Robert while he's here.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, from the top. Chris, go ahead and read the setting.
The setting is the living room of Yucca and Paula's apartment. Doors to bedrooms left, hallway and kitchen right. On the walls are a graduation photo of Yucca and Paula smiling in caps and gowns.
Let's make a note. We do need to take a photo of you two in cap and gowns, and we'll blow it up and have it on the set.
How long ago is this? I mean, that is a good question. How long are we since graduation?
Well, later in the script, Paula says for 5 years
For
she's
5
listened to all
years.
this, so I guess you're 5 years out of college.
All right, so we're like
Went to college together
27?
and moved to New York
Right.
together to start your
27?
careers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, I can act that.
On one wall, hundreds of rejection slips from Cosmopolitan. Under this wall is a desk with a typewriter. There is a telephone on a long cord. The desk also holds a clock radio. At the desk sits Paula Tissot in her middle 20s, attractive and trim, wearing a long bathrobe. She is typing efficiently, reading from her manuscript.
One Woman's Manifesto by Paula Tissot. There. Cosmopolitan will print this one. They have to. They printed a dozen like it last year.
That's just like it last year.
Oh, right. Okay. Cosmopolitan will print this one. They have to. They printed a dozen just like it last year. And so we must remember always to join in sisterhood with respect for one another's talents and abilities. Never to follow the loathsome male model of competitiveness.
Phone rings.
Maintaining respect not only for one another, but for ourselves.
Phone rings.
Especially for our gentleness and kindness, our tenderness with one another.
Phone rings.
Yucca! Yucca!
Phone rings.
Yucca!
I'd like to take it from the top again, only using the bell this time.
Okay.
Let's do it with the actual bell.
Do you want us to work around the bell or the bell around us?
Yeah, it's going
or-
to take a few times to get the timing right.
Okay.
So we'll stop and go. But
Okay.
let's try it and see. We may have to stop right away. Okay, Paul?
Okay. One Woman's Manifesto by Paula Tissot. There. Cosmopolitan will print this one. They have to. They printed a dozen just like it last year. And so, we must remember always to join in sisterhood, with respect for one another's talents and abilities, never to follow the loathsome male model of competitiveness, maintaining respect not only for one another, but for ourselves, especially for our gentleness and kindness, our tenderness with one another. Yucca! 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 Yuck! What? Get up and take off your sleep mask and put on your robe and stagger in here and answer the phone.
I don't want to get up and take off my sleep mask and stagger in.
You don't want to get up and take off your sleep mask and put on your robe and stagger in here and answer the what?
I forgot why you can't answer it.
Because it's you.
I forget how you know that.
Because my friends know I write in the mornings and they do not call before noon.
Right, I remember now.
Okay, good. It'll just take us some more time
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
used to it. And we'll just have to find the right rhythm to fit it in between lines, especially key lines.
A phone rings about every 4 seconds or something.
Chris,
3.
look into that.
It can vary.
Yeah,
The old
yeah. It'll have a little theatrical
1, 2,
variance there.
3, ring.
Good.
1.
Okay, that's excellent. Let's go back to the
Superior
topic.
to Yucca. And the play takes place on the day when suddenly Yucca makes it astoundingly big. I mean, it starts with a phone call from the Times, and it goes on to the Village Voice and Newsweek and Time, and you know, all the media are calling Yucca an instant star. And Paula can't take it.
No, I've certainly never had a shorter interview. Bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Imagine the Village Voice interviewing me.
I think I am.
Maybe they'll make a movie of my life.
I think they have.
They like the same song you like. Folks get up at 9 in California, 'cause they know it's noon in Alabama.
Is that what I like?
Oh, sure, you love that one, Paula. Oh, Paula, you're always right. It's just like you said a few minutes ago. This may never happen again. Well, as it turns out, you were wrong. But you know what I mean.
Well, I'm an unpublished writer, not an unpublished prophet. Speaking of unpublished writing, I'm gonna kill myself.
Hey, what's wrong? You sound sad.
I'm not sad.
Well, you don't usually look like this until the mailman brings you your rejection slips.
Whoops. I think your best move right about now would be to answer the phone.
Sure. Hello? Lola who? Oh, Lola. The New York Post. No, I'm not listening to the New York Post. It's a newspaper, isn't it? I see. Have we got a radio that gets WNAW-FM?
On my desk, where I once wrote.
And she makes so improbable a garment as a t-shirt into a uniform of deliberate despair. This is a debut not to be
T-shirt?
forgotten. Her talent
Opposed
stunned
to
an audience that came to hear glitter
Tops's
rock
hair?
and stayed to relish street poetry
Top
from a
star?
lovable, shaggy-haired punk.
Terrific!
Look out, world, here comes Yucca Conklin.
That's right, and this is a radio announcer that we're going to record. We'll use Jim Lawless, the actor Jim Lawless,
Oh,
and we'll
good.
record his
Do you
voice.
want to leave Glitter Rock in?
A little less Walter Cronkite now.
Okay.
Let's have a little more of that top 40 disc jockey voice.
Johnny Good Guy.
Johnny Good Guy.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
And she makes so improbable a garment as a t-shirt into a uniform of deliberate despair. This is a debut not to be forgotten. Her talent stunned an audience that came to hear glitter rock and stayed to relish street poetry from a lovable, shaggy-haired punk. Look out, world, here comes Yucca Conklin. And now...
Look out, world, here comes Yucca Conklin.
I haven't changed, you've changed.
You just hung up on Playboy, People, Time, and Newsweek. You never did that before.
I only did it so you wouldn't throw me out.
Don't do me any favors.
Watch out or I won't.
Just answer the phone.
It's afternoon now. It's your turn. If you don't want things to have changed, you answer it.
All right, I'll keep up the empty, shallow, hollow. Hello? Yucca? It's for you.
Paula, I'm obviously in hysterics. Can you take it?
I can take a lot, but not this.
Oh, God, who is it? National Geographic?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Robert, we got to change this word.
Oh, I suppose we must. Okay, what would be good and still be funny? Cosmo-bloody-politan? Cosmo-doggone-politan?
No, Robert.
Cosmo-bleep-politan?
Fricking? No.
No. Shh. How about Cosmo-kiss-my-politan?
I like that.
Can you say that?
Try it.
Let me hear it.
It's okay.
Let's back up just a few lines.
Paula, I'm all right, if you don't want things to have changed, you answer it.
All right, I'll keep up the empty, shallow, hollow. Hello? Yucca, it's for you.
Paula, I'm obviously in hysterics. Can you take it?
I can take a lot, but I can't take this.
Oh, God, who is it? National Geographic?
It's Cosmo Kiss My Politan.
Yeah, I like that.
It can't be. Oh, I guess it can. What does Cosmopolitan want with me?
Margot Hemingway, Broken Eyebrow.
Brooke Shields.
Oh, yeah, she's the, yeah.
Brooke Shields, Broken Eyebrow.
Okay.
I like that.
Words of a play are music for the actors to dance to. That even before they have to make sense for an audience, they have to give the actors the energy, rhythm, drive, images, and vocabulary to make them feel like the character, and move and speak like the character. And then
John, let's get the desk set up, and then I think we're pretty much set. Typewriters over here. Right, on that side. Radio down. All right. Paper on this side. Okay. Great. Just that. Yeah, that's that. All right, we should be set. We'll always start a piece of paper in the typewriter.
This is the window that is located just upstage of Paula's desk.
Right.
It's built a little extra wide in the center so that they can use it as a seating area. This is the doorway to the kitchen area.
And to the outside?
Yes, to that there. The door here is to Yucca's bedroom, well, both bedrooms actually. And then on the down right corner we have the orange beanbag chair and a small table where the telephone will sit. This allows a large area center stage for Paula to do her opening monologue. Yes.
Rodney,
Yes.
is this a wall unit here?
No, there's no wall. There's just the door casement itself.
So it's just an indication of where a wall
Yes,
would be.
that's
All right,
correct.
and then are these stable enough to lean on?
Yes, they are. Just
Okay.
not a lot of
Not
weight
that I
you
will,
can.
that I know of, but all
Certainly.
right.
Is this the downstage edge of the rake?
Yes, it is. That's the downstage
Great.
edge.
And it's going to...
The red liner.
Great.
Okay, and then the phone, we've got a nice long cord on it, don't we? So it goes completely... Yes, I can be all over the set with this phone. Right, all right. So then all this junk is down here.
Right.
It won't be in your way, though.
No, this is fine. This is fine.
Okay,
We can set it whatever way you need.
good, looks good.
One Woman's Manifesto by Paula Tissot. There. Cosmopolitan will print this one. They have to. They printed a dozen just like it last year. And so, we must remember always to join in sisterhood with respect for one another's talents and abilities, never to follow the loathsome male model of competitiveness. Maintaining respect not only for one another, but for ourselves, especially for our gentleness and kindness, our tenderness with one another. Yaka! 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 Yak! Get up and take off your sleep mask and put on your robe and stagger in here and answer the phone.
Mama, why are you gonna get me make me take off?
You don't want to get up and take off your sleep mask and put on your robe and stagger in here and answer the what?
I forget why you can't answer it.
Because it's for you.
I forget how you know that.
Because my friends know I write in the mornings, and they do not call before noon.
Right, I remember now. Is this gonna be the...
Hold on a second.
Is this gonna be the real chair?
Yeah.
Why don't we make this like Yucca's chair? You know what I mean? And so we might be able to get some mileage out of my approach to the chair or something. You know what I mean? Okay, so if I pull that away a little bit, I don't know. You don't mind?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Right. I remember now.
Whoa! Nosedive.
Action.
Hello. 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 Front view. Hello. Okay. All right. Hello.
We must recognize one another.
Hello.
We must communicate.
My script. There's no one here named Lola.
We must revere one another.
We have a Paula.
We must encourage one another.
Paula.
She writes. We must be without ego.
She writes.
Brilliantly.
And me, Yucca, I sing pretty well, but no Lola.
I'm not in except to the Pulitzer Prize Committee.
Oh, you're Lola? You're an old friend of mine. I remember you?
Okay, we set? Okay, is everybody set? Okay, are we set?
What's happening?
You were asking me. Tomorrow we're going
Where's the set at? What condition is this?
1 to 5 in here, and then 7 to 11 to 221.
How far along is the set right
It's pretty good. I got the platform done today, and I'll be working on it all day tomorrow. So I think it's just
Are the
about ready.
doorways coming in?
Oh, they said Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday? So by Wednesday we should be
Able to move the
work
set
on,
in.
get the set in the rehearsal hall.
Great.
Be good.
Maintaining respect not only for one another, but for ourselves. Especially for our gentleness and kindness. Our tenderness for one another.
If we come close to a spat, no.
No.
that's a note that this should, toenailed, I think it's called, into the set so the table doesn't. Yeah, okay.
Yucca! Yucca! Yucca!
Here's the poster design, and of course the information at the bottom for when and where the play is going to be.
Everybody set?
Mm-hmm.
Great, all righty.